My name is Ben. I'm a third-year dental tech student studying at George Brown. I'm studying dental technology. We're here at Walkerswood Spice Factory in St. Anne's Parish, Jamaica, making dentures for the local people. Honestly, I didn't know what I was expecting at first. Just the knowledge I had from the previous people that went. It's just a great opportunity to come and experience something outside of my comfort zone, and just being able to give back and help those who are less fortunate.
I had been a hygienist for about 5 years, and I had traveled to Jamaica as a tourist. And I had gone off the resort to go party, and I saw all these people with, little kids with like rotten teeth. But I also noticed at the resort that the people who were at the bar or in the kitchen or in the dining area had really nice teeth. But then the people who like made my bed or when they would come out from the kitchen didn't have such nice teeth. So I decided then that I wanted to volunteer because I thought I had a lot of skills. But I searched all over Canada and the US, this was 2004, to volunteer with somebody, and nobody would take me. They only did pain management. So they only wanted dentists and dental assistants. They had no need for hygienists. So I had to learn how to start a nonprofit by myself. I started to research what organizations were working in Jamaica so that I didn't duplicate services. And just by chance, I decided to quit my full-time job because back then there were no private schools, so I could temp 7 days a week. So I was temping at this one office one day, seeing this lady, and she asked to be booked back with me next time. And I said, well, I'm sorry, but I won't be here because I'm just a temp. And she said, why? I said, well, I'm starting a charity in Jamaica. And she goes, really? She goes, well, you need to meet some of my friends. And I said, okay, well, what do they do? And she described Laura's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Facey. And I said, well, you're right, I do need to meet your friends. So this was 2004, just after Hurricane Ivan. So I traveled to Jamaica and I called Mrs. Facey, who you saw walk in, and the rest is history, really. She just helped me get connected to people who would help grow the organization, and we started under this carport with maybe 5 of those folding chairs, and we had 2 dental units in the corner, and this was our sterilization area. So if it was pouring rain, we had to run back and forth, and then the children from Union Basic School had been coming since the very beginning, and we would line them up on the wall and disclose their teeth and show them how to brush and everything. And then after a couple years we outgrew it. We would also take the impressions for the dentures under here with ice water, and then take the wax bites and do our best we can, and we would send them back to Timmins to be made by a lab that Diane's friend owns. And then after that there was such a great need for dentures, I approached George Brown College because I found out that they just practice making dentures on fake teeth, fake casts. So I thought, well, why not make it on real people who could really benefit from it? So then that's when Al became involved, and that's his 10th year now. So we grew out of here, and then we went to one little room because Mrs. Facey told me to go to a meeting about Canadians doing business in Jamaica. And the man sitting next to me happened to be one of the owners of the factory down there. So we said, well, we're right next door to the Facey, so come visit the factory. So we started with one small room, myself, Diane, another hygienist, an assistant, and a local dentist. But then we outgrew that. And that was lovely until the ownership was changed from the factory. So when the new owners came on, I came with the factory. So, I think that's 10 years now they've owned it, so they haven't gotten rid of us yet, and hopefully they never will. Yes, and maybe one day we'll be even bigger or more places. So, but this is where we all started from, in our tiny little garage.
That's great.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Jamaica.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look in, maybe not all of your mouths, but as many of your mouths as I can. Okay? Come up, dear. You can't see past her. Just come over here a little there. Now you can see. Okay, give me all right. So, all your teeth have to be healthy for me to make you a denture. So if you have any shaky teeth, go see the dentist. If you have a tooth that's sharp on your tongue, go see the dentist. If you have a sick or a sore tooth, go see the dentist. If you have any of those things, you have to see the dentist. So you may just go see the dentist now and save me having to say no to you. Because it hurts me every time I have to say no to one of you. Okay? I will get to all of you as much as I can. All right? So, people with no teeth first over there. I will see them first. If you have even one tooth, I want you just to wait in this part in front of the washroom. I'm going to look at them first, and then I'll come and look at you. Okay? So if you want to just try not to get into okay, so just take a look. Sorry. Look down for me, Darren. Okay. And just relax, close. Close, look down at me, look down, close, good. Just relax, let your lips touch. Okay, now I'm gonna open your lips. Don't try not to move your jaw. I'm just gonna open your lip. Just relax, that's good, good man. Good, okay.
Normal amount of atrophy, no tori. Some low attachments and above the prenums. Oh, you can, sir?
Look down, sir.
Right, like that. Perfect. That frenum's okay. In terms of the lower. So you need to go see the dentist.
And just relax. Let me look.
Okay,
you need to get these teeth cleaned a little bit. So you have to see the dentist to get that tooth out and then let it heal. We're not going to be able to make you a denture this year. That has to heal first. So we can see you next year.
Okay.
Okay? Because we have to do upper and lower together.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any pain? No. Any shaky teeth? No. Okay, let's take the dentist out.
If you don't have shaky teeth,
Okay. Oh, you have beautiful crowns and bridges. Look up.
no, we.
Okay, put your denture back. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Gerald?
You know what I was doing?
Did you see the dentist on Sunday? They told me to come. It was right there. This bag can leave. Are you Mariola's had in her hand? The outbound.
I decided to go to the 9 Miles of Smiles trip just because where I'm from, back home in Egypt, they do have a lot of dental care that is lacking, and I wanted to help out those who are in need of dental care just because they don't really have access to it, or sometimes it's not really accessible to them. So it was really good to have that experience.
What made me decide to join 9 Miles of Smiles? Well, I actually have family in Jamaica, so that was a little bit more incentive for me to go. I've always wanted to do some sort of humanitarian trip, and this was the perfect opportunity, so I thought going to Jamaica, where my family is from, would have been really sentimental, and giving back to the place where my family grew up would have been just super rewarding. So some of the things as a hygienist that we can do here in Canada are oral exams, oral cancer screenings, cleanings, we can take x-rays, we do perio assessment, we can do sealant, and some hygienists who are certified as restorative can do small fillings. My experience going to Jamaica was very limited with resources and equipment, so some of the things that we could do or only do was oral education and cleanings.
We don't have access to actual dental chairs. We don't have access to actual lights. So you kind of had to work your way around it and make sure that your light is kind of set to the area that you're debriding on, and making sure that where you're sitting is kind of where you can see the teeth. Because at school they kind of teach you, if you're sitting at this section, you have to be able to see these certain teeth, and it's hard there just because you don't have the chair where it will help you kind of move around and be able to do those certain things. I think it changed me to the better, where I kind of now recognize that I do have a lot of things that I take for granted just because how they don't have access to dental care. But here we have a lot of dental coverage with the school, George Brown College, and I think I took that for granted before I went on the trip, but now that I came back, it's like I know that a lot of people out there want what I have, so I have to be more kind of grateful and thankful for what I have. I think this experience helped me build more care towards my clients and helped me realize how much of a difference I'm making when it comes to my profession, just because a lot of them tend to not have access to oral care or dental care in general. So for you to be there and kind of help them realize and understand what oral health is kind of makes or has like a huge impact on them and on you, just because you feel like, hey, like I'm actually doing something for people that are actually needing it.
So for those of you who are thinking about joining 9 Miles of Smiles next year, I highly, highly recommend to do it. I was just so happy that it happened, and I was fortunate enough to be chosen to go on the trip with everyone. The experience that you'll get from this is priceless.
Allison, what's going on?
I'm waiting for you to come. That's exactly what I was waiting for.
It doesn't hurt to be slightly over-prepared, because if we don't have something, we just don't have it.
Right.
If we have it and we don't need it, then we just bring it back. Okay.
Thank you, Counselor.
I don't need a whole bag of these. I hope I don't need a whole bag. That's good. Okay. Pressure cuff,
Yeah.
prescriptions, headlamp, case. Okay. Good enough. Doing the insertions. Okay. Linda's gonna stop them at the door, get their name, give them their pan, Once they've got the pan, they're settled, they're happy, they've got their teeth, okay? We don't have to worry about them too much after that. They'll stay until we can treat them. We're gonna try and treat them as fast as we can because they'll sit there all day patiently waiting for us. If they haven't brought any food or water, they'll just sit there. So we want to get through them as quick as we can so that they're not starving through lunch. My name is Al McCorman. I'm a professor with George Brown College teaching in dental technology. For 10 years I've been organizing and running the Denture Clinic for 9 Miles of Smiles charity dental clinic in Jamaica. What it does for you personally and professionally is professionally, we get to see things in Jamaica and interact with the patients in ways that we don't normally get to here. We see patients in health situations that we don't normally see in Canada. We see people who so much more need our services, and the services that we're giving them may be the only services they're ever going to have access to. So just the gratitude, that they have for us, for helping us with them and providing this to them is just humbling. And for the students to see how what they've learned can be applied and just the change that it can make for a person's life. So remember that you're doing the job for the patient, and the patient deserves your best, and to pass on the things that you've been given by all of the people who helped you to learn what you've learned.
Seeing everything that's happening down here is amazing. We started back in Toronto, starting the cases to bring back here and watching the insertions happening.
Essentially, the patients have been waiting all year for these dentures. We also take in new patients as well. We also bring a few cases back home, just like we did last year. There are a few patients that we can actually finish the denture here. So we would basically get the model, set up, wax up, process them, trim, polish, have the denturists insert them right on the spot during the week. We also take in repairs, fix them up, relines, yeah.
Just being there with the denturist and having this opportunity to see the cases that we made being inserted, it gives us a better understanding of what little things we can do in the lab that will just first of all make the job easier for the denturist, as well as just give an overall better quality denture for the patient.
Hi, so my name is Tim Birkenbosch. I'm from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. I'm a practicing denturist. I came 3 years ago as the denturism student. I'm now back as a professional, and I'm hoping to maybe make it an annual thing if I can keep up the good work and keep going. Coming back here really lets you really appreciate what you're doing. We do have a unique set of skills, so when we come down here, we can really see it sort of firsthand and see the difference we're making in people's lives and how grateful, and it really brings you back to how much you love the profession and why you're doing it in the first place. Not to say that it's not a lot of work. We've been working long days, sort of 7 to 7, and working our asses off, so to speak, but it's well worth it, and you get to do a lot of work in a short amount of time. So I would absolutely recommend it to everyone because it gives you just so much experience, so you don't get the ideal sort of mock case that you would work in school, and getting to see this and sort of problem solve on the fly is a really fun thing, and it absolutely is very stressful, and you do your best to sort of problem solve on the go, and it really make a difference.
Seeing how the denture actually affects your smell and how it affects your life makes me so much more happy.
What's up, bro?
Go.
The minute a patient steps in the door, you can almost sense and feel that vulnerability that they present to us. You can tell how they feel from the minute they sit down till the final insertion appointment when they get their teeth and they can smile again, they can be happy again, they can eat. Some of these people are losing jobs because they don't have the teeth to smile and the teeth to present themselves as a successful person. It's just something that, it's a feeling that you can't describe inside, and knowing that I put that smile back on that patient's face is the most rewarding thing I could possibly feel, or I could possibly have done.
It turns you into a better technician, seeing the difference that you can make in people's lives.
Always the patient. It's always the patient that for whom we're working. Someone is depending on you. For them, it's something which can change their life.
For any student that's having second thoughts on applying to this trip, if I were you, I would take this opportunity because it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience and you won't regret it.
We're gonna finish, guys. All right, dancers, dancers, dancers. Yeah.